What is going wrong? What's going so wrong in people's lives that they're constantly bringing your name up? They're constantly using their proximity to you to give other people the impression that they know what you're doing. I just I'm shocked for real because of how much energy I know it takes to do that and focus on somebody else. But the bigger part of it is, why do they want you to not speak for yourself? Like, when I'm in a room and there's a person not present to speak for themselves, I don't speak on them. I articulate that I'm speculating, and then I speculate, things that are unrelated, things that are public knowledge, things that are common knowledge. Like, I speculate, just to dismiss it, because truthfully, you're asking me something about somebody, I don't even care. Like, you need to figure out how to get in contact with them and ask them. If you're asking me how to get in contact with them, I might know, I might not. I don't be trying to contact people. But it's like, when you meet somebody, when someone meets you and they all of a sudden just want to know everything about you, like they just want to like spend all this time with you, da, 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 da. It's like, I feel like now it's like you're trying to rush the idea, you're trying to simulate a relationship that hasn't existed yet. Like, you're trying to skate past the fact that you're not gonna have the the integrity, the stamina, the endurance in whatever integrity you're showing me. You're not gonna That's not gonna last long enough for us to have a legitimate, bond, like a really long lasting bond, a really long lasting relationship. And so you start basically doing all the end of the relationship stuff at the beginning, where it's like, I'm the type of person that's not comfortable with like overt gestures, because it's like, why would you do, it's cool to like me, but it's another thing to like constantly go out of your way and constantly be insisting, when it's like, my whole thing is, you doing that to me is communicating that you think that I have some lack or some need. And it's like, I don't have a relationship with you because you can identify that I have lack or that I have need. That's not why I have relationships. My relationship is because somehow both of us can benefit. Now, you pointing out that I have lacks or needs is kind of evil, because it's like you're not talking about none of my other qualifications. For real. And then when I tell you what you call lack and what you call need is what I call lack, it's not what I call lack or need. It's like, you want to challenge that. So you have to understand, most people, it's like their whole thing. It, like, when you have a relationship that just seems to kind of like knock into you, right? Like, it seems to like not make a lot of sense. It seems like, you kind of have to force it. Like, you kind of have to like bite your tongue a little bit. You kind of have to like, all those things is because the people that are operating around you are not operating in good faith. And if they're not operating in good faith with themselves, like with God, like with their own reality, then the reason that they have, and it's not that they're just randomly. Nah, the reason that they're essentially attacking you is to waste your time, is because they know that your faith is actually going to take you somewhere. They know your faith is going to take you somewhere, and they're hoping that they can rush that, simulate the relationship and simulate depth, right, with you, so that they can go with you, and that you'll have faith in them when they don't have faith in themselves, and that your faith will carry them into the place that your faith is going to carry you. That's not how that works. The only thing that's going to happen is, because they don't have faith, they're just going to like, you're just going to leak out whatever faith you do have on yourself, because they're going to take up space in your consciousness. They're going to take up space in your psyche. They're going to take up space, like trying to make you think about shit that has nothing to do with you. A real relationship that's like meant to be really deep and intense and long lasting, is not going to put pressure on you. It's not going to put expectations on you. It's literally going to have you serve yourself in the best way for yourself. You are here to serve yourself. It's not to be selfish. I'm not saying be selfish, but there's a point, right? It's obviously a balance. I'm a person that's gone out of my way to be charitable for the majority of my life, and I'll tell you that even though it has certain like lessons that you'll gain from doing so, you could just pick up a book instead and learn the lesson. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to help people, because truthfully, the thing that you think is your thinking is that you're going to help somebody by doing something, when in reality the thing that you're doing to help them is just what would help you. You haven't done the research, you haven't done the investigation to determine what's actually going to help them. That's way more work. That's a lot more work than what you think is going to help them. That's way more work. And then truthfully, you would be doing that's the work they're supposed to do. They're supposed to investigate themselves. So you are gonna go try to investigate this other person who, like, you can't determine like whether or not they're gonna be truthful with you or not ever, right? And then you got to use like context clues and all that. Like, why would you waste your time doing that when you could investigate yourself and figure out why you still trying to help these people, but you're not where you want to be in life? You think I'm talking to you? I'm talking to you, whoever's on the other side of the screen. But I'm talking straight up to myself. I'm talking cash shit to myself. I'm talking crazy right now. The only thing is like, anybody else talking to me like this is not even gonna say it from a like, unbiased, objective place. Like, they're gonna say it to try to like put some dig in. So it's like, I'm telling you, you have to be in your own conversation long enough to where, like, and then you have to train yourself to not take no digs at yourself, because you've been trained and programmed by all these people that have treated you the exact same way. You're just gonna mirror them and their behavior, but that's not who you are. You need to look in the mirror, reset all that shit, and start over. That's what you gotta do. And most people, they're not willing to do that. And so you'll find that most people are not gonna be worth your time. By their own, they're gonna try to make it look like they're deserving of your time, but they're not worth your time. And that's my whole thing. Is it's really obvious to me now, like, when you're trying to look like you're deserving of my time, but it's like, bro, I'm not even trying. Like, this right now, this little talk we just had, I'm not even trying. Like, so anyone else that's really actively trying and they're trying to like figure out what I'm on, like what subjects, whatever, it's like, bro, like, why are you trying so hard? You don't gotta try that hard, bro. Like, you just have to, you don't gotta be me. We don't need, the world does not need two Amras. The world does not need two of you. It just needs you to find the circle. It needs you to find the web. Not even the like, click, but like, it just needs you to find the types of people that you're meant to aid and assist, right? I mean, if you don't want to help nobody, you don't have to. You don't want to aid or assist. It's like, but once you get to a certain point, you'll realize helping others is helping yourself. But only through helping yourself can you help others.